Hello, this is a helicopter assault script that I've made, and you can download the demo of it in the description of this video. I'm just going to quickly show you what it does. For the purposes of this video, I've put a couple of helicopter spawns on radio triggers, and you can access that by pressing 00, and then you'll see you get a list, and I'm going to press 1 and get a helicopter from the independent faction to come and spawn in, and that helicopter is going to land a helipad over there. It's going to drop off troops, and those troops are going to do their own objectives. So as we can see, the troops are getting out there, and they're running towards me, doing a search and destroy pattern. That helicopter is going to fly off, and the crew is going to be deleted back where it spawns from. What I'm going to do now is spawn in a blue 4 helicopter and show you that these can land under fire. And that blue 4 helicopter is an enemy to the Op 4 guys, or the independent guys on the ground over there. And he's seen them and he started to open fire. And they should hopefully open fire back at him. And he's going to do exactly the same thing. He's going to search for the closest helipad, and there are a few just in front of me there. And I think that he's found one, so I'm just going to speed up time, make this guy land faster. And hopefully he's going to land without his engines getting damaged by the fire. Blue 4 troops are going to get dropped off, and they're going to do their own stuff. And he's going to go off, and again, once he gets back to where he started, he is going to be deleted, and his helicopter is going to fall into the sea. Now these guys are going off and doing their own thing, which involves them running down to the end of the runway. The nice thing about this script is you can do this as many times as you want using the same script. Oops. And if you do it a bit too fast, they crash into each other like that. So you can do it as many times as you want with the same script. And they'll all come and find some different waypoints, and they'll land it. Okay, so now we've seen what the script does, I'll show you how to edit it yourself. And we'll look at the situation in the editor. Now, this is the demo you're going to download. I'm just going to quickly show you how to make this more simple. So I'm going to copy this waypoint here, and I'm going to take my guy over to the other end of the map, just away from all the mess, so it's a bit more simple to follow. And I'm going to change this off a radio trigger to a blue 4 present, and I'm going to make it a standard 50 by 50 trigger circle. Now, when I walk into there, that trigger is going to be fired and the script's going to be executed. What we need to decide before we mess around with the trigger is where our helicopters are going to start. So, for the purposes of this video, I think I will make him start at A1. And we'll move that off the coast here somewhere. He's going to come and land at A2, which I'll put inside this compound here. And then the troops I want to move to A3 and A4. So the troops are going to move first into the forest here, and then they're going to move up to the top there. So that's that, we're done. One thing we want to consider first is that at our landing site we want to put well, we don't have to, but I would recommend you go into units by pressing F1, put an empty invisible helipad down, so that's empty signs helipad invisible. And we'll put that just where we put the marker before. So if we press F6 again to look at markers, we'll see the helipads there. And that's hopefully where they're going to land. So the last thing we need to do is look at the trigger itself. So it's going to be blue for present, and that's going to fire it. And then this is the line of code. And the first part of this is where it's going to spawn. So we're going to change that to A1, because that's the name of our trigger. The second part of this is where it's going to land. So A2 is where we want it to land, and that's where we've put our invisible helipad. A3 is where we want the troops to move to once they've been dropped off. And A4 is where they're going to go to after that. So I'm going to put the trigger over there. I'm going to walk down the road, and hopefully we'll be able to see all this happen. I've actually just remembered that my guy is set captive true, so these guys won't fire at us. So I'm just going to change that from blue 4 to anybody present, and that should solve that problem. Because when you're a captive, you're I think you're essentially a civilian in the eyes of triggers and things and enemies. So I'm going to walk forward, and hopefully that's triggered. Yep, there we go. See the helicopter. The reason I've set myself as captive is just so these guys, as the enemy, they won't fire at me when they get out of the helicopter. And as you can see, the helicopter's dropped the troops off. It's going to fly back over there, and these guys are going to go off on the waypoints we set for them earlier. Hopefully that's been useful to you. I have included a README in the description of this, in the video, in the download link. Sorry, I've included a README, and that is going to tell you how to get the demo working. If you don't know, it'll tell you where to put the demo. And I've also included a few links there to how you can edit the script itself. If you do want to edit the script, I'll also link you to another set of video tutorials that I've made about spawning in, and hopefully they can show you how to edit this to your own needs. Hopefully this script is useful to you. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.